What's this? An upload? A video in the year 2025? Do your eyes deceive you? Of course not. It's Doom. Obviously, we were going to talk about this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's me and Connor. We're here, and we're going to talk about Doom the Dark Ages, because the new Doom game has just came out, and we love talking about Doom, and we love sharing our opinions and whining about stuff and overpraising things and all the 9 yards. So, as of right now, me and Connor have not beaten the game. I've beaten the 5th level, and what level are you on, Connor?
I had just beaten the 3rd level.
Yeah, so we're not very far into the game yet. I know it's been out for over a week at this point, but, we got lives. We're doing other stuff too.
Yeah.
There's no pandemic right now, so we can't just, jump in balls deep the way that we did in, when Doom Eternal came out. So, we'll probably release a full review later. I don't know when that will be.
Yeah, maybe a month or so.
Yeah, I can't imagine it taking too long.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to get our opinions out there right away on our kind of first impressions, first opinions. So this review will have minor spoilers, but as of right now, I haven't really had too much stuff spoiled for me. So anything that happens in the end of the game isn't going to be brought up here because we don't know what happens at the end of the game.
Yep.
So we're just going to jump in and share our thoughts. Now, at this very moment, Connor, how are you feeling about the game? You give it 2 thumbs up, 1 thumbs up, a an or a thumbs down, or 2 thumbs down, or a refund the game. How are you feeling?
Right now, and this is probably part of the reason why I haven't gotten as far, is I'm kind of like at a It's like I've enjoyed what I've played, but at the same time, I don't feel as motivated to beat it for some reason. I don't know. I feel like with Doom Eternal, I had a lot more of a love-hate relationship with it, but I was a little bit I was still kind of willing to give it a shot. So there's a lot more push and pull that motivated me to actually finish the game. But with this, it's I don't know. It's just been kind of either that or there's I've been busy with other stuff, which I have been.
Yeah, I will share my thoughts. It's also kind of a but it's on the this is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, I haven't had as much drive to just jump in and play it. It's not something that has quote unquote been injected into my blood yet. But when I do play it, I'm like, hey, this is nice. This is a nice game that I could play and relax to. I think we've just abused ourselves so much through playing Doom Eternal and playing the expansions that have been added for Doom plus Doom 2, playing through Legacy of Rust and stuff, just these really brutal, mean maps that when you play this, especially at the beginning of the game, it's this is nice. This is a bit more relaxing. So, I do like it, but my love for it hasn't reached the same love or excitement that I had when playing through Doom Eternal and even Doom 2016, if we're being honest. But at the same time, that's kind of expected when it comes to this, because this is the 3rd game in the entry, so we have, in a lot of ways, we knew a bit more what we were getting into.
A little bit more.
Yeah, this is definitely very different from the other 2 games, but it's also very similar, I would say.
Part of the thing for me, too, is that this is the first time I'm playing through a new Doom game, the new trilogy, we'll say, on PC. The past 2 games, 2016 and Eternal, I played on Xbox One, and I actually... Well, I don't own Eternal on PC. I've played a little bit of 2016 on PC, so, I don't know, I'm still kind of acclimating to using mouse and keyboard, but needing to use a lot more keys, because this is a new Doom game. It's not like classic Doom where you only need 3.
Yeah, so I am playing through on PC as well, but I'm playing through it with an Xbox controller.
Okay, I was going to ask about that. How does it feel on the controller?
It feels good, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm at the point where I have all the features unlocked. I think I have the main ones unlocked, but as of right now, the D-pad doesn't do anything.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't have to use the D-pad. you click the stick to run, well, to sprint, I should say. You're always running, but I think I might go into the settings and change that just because it's one of those things that I kind of just don't really think to do all that much. And the controller I'm using, it's not like an official Xbox One controller. It's got like the buttons on the other side, and I'm thinking about making one of those sprint, because I do kind of want to get to the point where when I'm in an arena, I'm just sprinting the whole time, where right now I'm not. So we'll see how it is. I mean, if my only complaint is that I have to click the stick to sprint, which is like the default option on 90% of video games, then I think I can say the controls are pretty good.
Yeah. For me, the thing that I'm not getting past is just like the melee button is E by default.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And G is use. So it's like I'm having to look and actually press it instead of I don't know why both melee and use can't be the same button key. Maybe they can be. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't messed around with the key bindings.
Well, I think melee and use were the same in Eternal, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
That's probably why I think that. I don't know why they changed it. It's kind of weird. Yeah, throwing the shield is R, which...
I figured that would have been like left click or right click, I guess.
No. Right click is shoot, left click is... Or no. Darn it. Right click, bring up shield, left click, while you don't have the shield up, is shoot.
Okay.
While it's up, it's shield bash.
I feel like if I was to play through this on PC, well, if I was to play through this on mouse and keyboard, which I might at some point, I'd be assigning a lot of buttons to my mouse, because I have one of those mouses that has a few extra keys.
Yeah. I've thought about doing that too, just like put the shield throw on maybe like a side button, just so it's easier to do, so I don't have to... I don't know, I always feel like R is farther away, but it's like I should know what that is. It's the common reload button on a lot of games.
Yeah, so on the controller, right trigger is shoot, left trigger is shield, and then left bumper is throw the shield, and then right bumper is like lunge with the shield. So that's how it's laid out on there.
You don't have to bring the shield up to lunge?
You do, but
Oh.
I think that right bumper without the shield up might just give you your previous weapon. I forget. I haven't played it for a few days. But yeah, I think the controls are good. How are you feeling about the gameplay loop? This much more grounded, less jumpy.
I'm still getting used to it. Part of it is just remembering what attacks yield what.
Yeah.
Like armor, I can't remember for the life of me, and it's pretty easy. It's like you destroy shields, you set stuff on fire. I don't think I have any upgrades that set anything on fire yet, so mostly it's just destroying the metal shields. But yeah, they do throw a lot at you.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of tutorials that come up in the first couple levels.
The first 5 levels I played through all sort of felt like tutorial levels in the aspect of they would teach you something, then they would make you do it for a little while, then they would teach you something. And I think I'm at the point where the tutorials are over, because the level I just started is called Siege Part 1, and I assume that some things are gonna escalate, you know, like obviously I still have a lot of weapons to unlock and stuff, but
a lot of levels left.
Yeah, and a lot of levels left, but I think the main mechanics are down, because I've done, you know, the normal shooty levels, and I've done the mech robot levels, and I've done the dragon levels, and I think that's all the game's gonna have. I don't know if there's some other type of level I don't know about. Maybe he gets like I don't know, I'm trying to think what else you could have.
There aren't any skins for it, so there's probably isn't anything else.
Yeah, maybe a big skateboarding level.
Ooh.
But the shield is fun to use. It's, yeah, I don't know, it's just different, it's interesting. It makes me feel like I'm playing one of those indie boomer shooters, which I think is funny, that like...
Yeah.
It really felt like...
Trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, you know,
something different.
It felt like they really put some care into this, and they didn't want to make it a generic boomer shooter, you know, because, I mean, they could have, because it's the only AAA boomer shooter out right now. Rest in peace, Marathon. Rest in hell. So I think that is cool if they wanted to spice things up, and I think things are. It's interesting how melee is a lot more implemented into the combat, that you're punching people and stuff all the time, and
Yeah. And it does something, so melee is basically kind of a replacement for the chainsaw. And it does one thing that I kind of like right off the bat. You get 3, uses of it, and they all recharge.
yeah, they recharge
Why the
super
hell
fast.
wasn't that in Eternal? Why didn't they have any upgrades for the chainsaw that allowed that?
Yeah.
And I know people are like, oh, it's I don't know what the excuse would be. Besides just maybe them not thinking about
Yeah,
it.
it's so funny. Like I said, when I was talking about how this is a game I can sit back and relax playing. Well, that's because the resource management is toned way down. At least for the first half of the game, it is. I don't have to worry about running out of shotgun shells.
Oh, real quick, what difficulty are you playing?
Oh, I'm playing on ultra-violent.
Oh,
Just
okay.
base ultra-violent. I haven't adjusted any
Same.
of the other settings.
Yeah, I haven't messed around with that either.
Yeah,
I
how
really
are
want
you
to.
feeling about playing it on ultra-violent?
I don't know. It's part of it. I do feel like I'm getting my butt kicked in places, but I'm usually able to recover. I've only died once, and I used an extra life.
Yeah,
Which are back, by the way. You only get 3 of them off the bat.
You only get 3, but there's at least 3 on every map, it seems like. So I am almost wondering if I should have started on Nightmare, because I feel like I'm not getting my butt kicked enough.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think back to Halo Infinite when that came out. I was playing through that on Heroic, and the first few levels, I was not dying at all. I was like, oh, this is very easy. But towards the end of the game, things actually started getting pretty challenging. So I'm expecting to get my butt kicked at some point.
Yeah. And then again, going back to the mouse and keyboard thing, I think it's just still an adjustment for me.
Yeah.
But I have heard the general consensus that the game is a little too easy. Especially on Nightmare.
Yeah.
Which I didn't play too much of Eternal on Nightmare. I didn't do a campaign, a fresh campaign with it.
Yeah,
just
I toyed
replay
around
levels.
with it, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a theory. I don't know if this is true. Maybe I'll confirm this later. But I have a feeling that this game is meant to be played on the Extra Life mode. And part of the reason I think that is because, one, there's a new Extra Life mode. I think it's called Pandemonium. And I think it's just Ultra Nightmare, except for instead of restarting the game, you just restart the level. And considering the levels in this game are pretty short, I almost wonder if that's the ideal way to play it. Just to play it. Because, if I was, if you can beat a level in, 25 minutes, getting killed halfway through and having to restart the level isn't really the worst thing you could experience, I imagine. So, I don't know. I'm curious what other people are going to say. I've kind of been avoiding the online discourse for this game because I don't want my opinion to be ruined.
Yeah.
But I get why people are saying that it's a little too easy, but I don't know. I think that will probably be okay. Obviously, there's still going to be 2 more expansions for the game. We don't know what those are going to be like, and I would rather...
2?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I would rather... I don't want them to do what they did with Doom Eternal, where they had a game that was very challenging, and it put you to the max, and then when they started adding, new maps for the DLC, and then new master levels, they're like, well, how do we make this challenging? We've already used everything this game has to offer. Well, let's just start putting stupid bullshit everywhere and, get rid of, in-game progress saving and stuff. I think that's the real reason I had a bit of a falling out with Doom Eternal, is just because it... Specifically the master levels, they just really burnt me out, because you had to play through those in one sitting, and that's not fun. So I'm hoping that this game ages better, That's not to say that Doom Eternal aged poorly, it's just that it's a game that if you try to 100% it, you will get burnt out. And maybe this game won't have that? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Want to talk about some of the monsters?
Yeah. So, a lot of the classic ones come back. They've gotten a bit of a makeover. The imps have a mullet now for some reason. The soldiers, the zombie men, kind of have more of a medieval look.
Yeah, they
to
look
them.
like the orcs from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that is true. I never thought about that. And they shoot these weird barbell looking
Yeah.
things most of the time. Mancubi are back, or mancubuses.
The imp comes in 2 flavors now. There's the imp
Oh yeah, the
stalker.
big imp.
Yeah, so
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is weird, because you'd think the little ones would be the stalkers, but apparently not. but they look just like the classic imps. I mean, not exactly, but like they're the big beefy brown ones.
And they make archvile noises.
Yeah.
Like the classic archvile noise when you kill them for some reason.
Which part of me is like, hey, that's really cool that they like remade the classic archvile sound and threw it on there. But then part of me said, oh, I guess there's not going to be any archviles in this game.
As far as we know.
Yeah. I don't know if you've gotten this far. I mean, this might be a bit of a spoiler for you, Connor, but there are, what is it, the Nightmare Imps from Doom 64. They're in it, like the invisible ones.
Really?
Yep. Like the purple ones that are transparent. Their whole thing is that you can't like lock onto them with the shield.
Oh, okay.
But I think if you shoot them, then their invisibility disappears. So. One thing I will say I'm a little disappointed about with the monsters, and again, maybe this is different later in the game, but there's no infighting, or at least there's no like taking damage. Like when I play Classic Doom, one of the things I'm always trying to do if I'm in a room full of monsters is I'm trying to get someone to shoot a projectile at me, and then I try to get another monster to walk in front of that projectile, like just using the enemies as shields. And I was hoping with this game being a bit more of a bullet hell type game that there was going to be that aspect that the game would reward you for getting the AI to shoot each other. Like I was hoping you could get them to team kill each other.
Yeah, I mean, but that's probably the reason why they didn't do that. Because there's just so much crap flying around that, like, infighting's going to be, like, no question.
Yeah.
It's going to make the shield enemies kind of, like, it's going to undercut them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, I think that the fact that it isn't in the game is probably a good choice. But it was still one of those things where I was like, oh, man. I've seen the imp stalkers, like the big imps, sometimes will push other enemies around, which I think is kind of cool. So maybe there is still like a little bit of stuff like that into it. I don't know if there's a way to exploit that, but I'm curious to see how it goes. Another thing that I think is interesting about the monsters is how they all have different classes, that sometimes you'll find one that'll be a higher rank than the other and he'll be a bit harder to fight.
yeah, like, there's, like, the leaders, which, if you beat those, they're kind of like a mini-boss. They'll give you, like, a health upgrade or an armor upgrade or an ammo upgrade of some sort. Which...
in some games, that can be a really cheap way to add content to your game, but I don't know. For Doom, I'm like, hey, this is fine.
Yeah. So pretty much, like, going on to the upgrade part, like, you can upgrade your weapons, like, at these special altars.
Yeah.
You get, like, gold when you find, like,
Rubies is the other thing
rubies.
you can find.
Okay. Yeah, I thought there was another thing, too. I'm just thinking of, like, the map symbols.
Yeah.
Since I haven't gotten that far. Because they pretty much spoil, like, what you can find in a map. Like, the entire game. I'll just tell you from the start. Even if it's something that's not on that map, it'll be in the key.
I was hoping the maps were going to be a little bit more open world, and that always felt like a bit of a stretch for me to wish.
Yeah.
Like, they still do have the exploration, but they feel very, I guess I should say, they feel linear in the way that Doom Eternal's levels felt linear, where it was linear, but there were still paths that you could go to find other stuff if you wanted.
Yeah. And, like, the secrets are, like, right there on the map, too.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer. You won't always, like, have a clear path to figure out how to get to them. Sometimes you have to kind of look at the auto map. Like, most of it, yeah, it's just you look at the auto map and you see, oh, I can drop down to this ledge here, or there's an opening, maybe. But, yeah. And most of them have, like, a weapon skin, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like, I like that they're putting those in the game.
How do you feel about the weapon skins? Because I've only unlocked a handful of them, and none of them have been really that bombastic.
Yeah.
And part of me is like, I mean, even just looking at some of the Slayer skins you can get, like, again, they're not very bombastic, which part of me goes, good. That means we don't have to worry about the Doomicorn or anything like that. Like, but at the same time, it was kind of fun to have, like, a bit of a crazier looking gun that kind of stuck out. Like, on Doom Eternal, I mean, I liked the, there's like an Army Green skin you could get for the heavy cannon that I thought was really cool, and I think you could get it for the rocket launcher as well. Like, there was a few that were, like, not 100% crazy, but still, like, a bit more visually exciting.
Or, like, the maker skins for those. Like, they had, like, the kind of like the rose gold, the white, and then the regular gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. or like the super shotgun.
Yeah.
think was-
I mean, there was some pretty stupid looking skins in Doom Eternal, which is fine. It's just I would never use like the Christmas skins. I thought were a bit ugly. There was like I think it was called like the 80s Sunset rocket launcher, where it was like all like pink and blue and orange and
Yeah.
stuff. Like I never really liked those. But again, we'll have to beat the game and see how it is.
Yeah, right now I'm noticing that it doesn't seem like you unlock Slayer skins in the maps.
Yeah, it's,
But I don't know if that, like, it just seems like those are promotional things now, or like DLC.
yeah.
Same with the Atlan and the Dragon. But like I said, look, I'm only 3 levels in.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll change.
I'm only 5 levels in. I don't know.
But yeah, like just so far it's just been weapons.
Yeah.
Uh,
Other little changes that don't matter, but I'm going to talk about them anyways. When you jump down off a high height, I guess, when you jump off a high place and hit the ground, it makes like a big shockwave. I think that's awesome.
and it damages enemies.
Yeah. The climbing mechanic has now been turned into a cutscene mechanic, where when you jump on the wall, it plays a cutscene of you climbing it up.
You just automatically shimmy up that thing.
I think there's a part where you have to jump from a place, and it plays a cutscene of you jumping. Welcome to the game Knack, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that's one of, like, with the mech.
Yeah.
Because you can't normally jump with that. It's a dodge.
Okay, let's talk about something that does make me a little more concerned.
Okay.
The glory kills.
The glory strikes, you mean?
The glory strikes.
Or hits. I forget.
Maybe I'm playing the game wrong, but I feel like with Doom Eternal, they got a lot of madmen, like people from prison, and like, hey, what's the most sadistic way to kill someone? And if there's a way to kill someone, it's a glory kill in Doom Eternal. In this game, the glory kills are like kick, punch. Like the coolest one I've been able to get so far is with the chainsaw shield. That sometimes you can get it to cut a Mancubus in half, and that's pretty cool.
Oh.
And then when you kill the little mini boss enemies, you like rip an organ out of them, which is kind of cool. But so far that's been it. And I don't know, maybe there's like a button combo thing you can do to make the glory kills more violent.
That's what they were making it sound like in that stream from earlier this year. That it was kind of like a create your own glory kill.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I was a little bit more for, because that involves player input. It's not just playing a little cutscene.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so far it just seems like it's
The
just
one
a
that
single
was
melee hit that like has a lot of impact to it.
the one that was the weirdest for me is the finishing move you do when you're in the Atlan. Is just like a slap.
It's a palm strike.
Yeah, it's a palm strike. I was like, okay. I guess we should talk about the mech level, because we both played through that. Well, what did you think?
I thought it was too easy until the end. It's like I'm pretty sure I was taking hits, but I wasn't like receiving any damage until the end.
Yeah, which I think is fine for the first time you're in the mech, because you just want to feel like Godzilla and just run around and...
I smashed everything.
Yeah, it just destroys
I
stuff.
squashed all the little tanks. I don't even know if they were bad or not.
And I like the fact that you fight Cyclopses. Like, a big Cyclops comes out, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, Cyclops. That's not an enemy that I think's been in any Doom games, but that feels very in line with Doom.
Like a Cyclops Titan.
Yeah.
I forget how they're different.
They have, like, armor, and I think swords, maybe.
There was a guy at the end. He was like just an armored regular Titan. Had a shield.
I forget. There was a turret section on the first level.
That was stupid.
That was stupid, yeah.
That was really stupid.
It wasn't even that, like, good of a turret section. Like, I get that turret sections are kind of staples of video games. And that's the thing, this game kind of feels like it was made in, like, 2007. And, like, the aspect of they're like, oh, we can't just make a game based around one type of gameplay. We have to throw in these mech levels and these dragon levels, which...
It's very Call of Duty in that regard.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah.
And I'm fine with it. You know, this is the third one in the series. They're allowed to try to shake things up. But that turret section on the first level was kind of just like not all that cool or interesting. I don't know, maybe it's the only one in the game. We'll have to wait and see. Let's talk about the presentation for like the maps and the environments and stuff. How are you feeling?
Like you mean like the design of
Yeah.
It seems alright. One of the problems I'm having is that like sometimes the enemies don't really stick out that much, especially in the first level because it's dark in a lot of places. I think that gets It gets better in the second level because it's actually day out.
The first level is a dark, spooky castle. It's like
Dark and stormy night.
yeah, it's a really cool level. I love the atmosphere that they created for that, and they're using my graphics card to the max, which I appreciate.
Yeah. So have you been having any like hiccups or graphical?
No, it's been playing
Performance
very
issues.
smooth. Load times are instantaneous, which is kind of a problem because on the loading screen there's tips, and I missed a whole bunch of tips. Like the shield-shaped lasers that get shot out by the shield guys, those lasers block attacks. That if you shoot those lasers, then it's not going to go through.
That's weird.
Yeah,
But
so
I
look
guess
out for that.
almost makes sense.
But, so the first level is a dark, spooky castle. Very Doom appropriate. The second one is like a Sentinel tech base type level.
Yep. So
It's-
I guess they are in the game.
Yeah.
Which
so,
I mean, they showed footage of part of one,
Mhm.
so I guess it shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah. And the outside of it looks kind of like Mars. I think that was kind
Yeah.
of like a throwback.
Well, it's supposed to be. It was Hebeth, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That city you find in the center of Mars, Doom Eternal.
Hey, maybe that is the same city. I didn't make that connection, but yeah. I thought it sounded familiar. I was like, Beth, that sounds familiar. But yeah, that's cool. The one thing
I don't know how it ended up inside of Mars, but I don't really care. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm not looking into it.
yeah.
It's just weird.
I think some of the stuff feels a little bit too much like Warhammer 40k.
Oh,
Like when you go to the upgrade towers and it's like a weird Catholic skeleton. I'm like, is this the God Emperor of Warhammer? Like,
blood for the blood god.
yeah, like, and I get that Doom and Warhammer are very similar. That Warhammer is about Space Marines fighting demons, and so is Doom. So like, no matter what, there's going to be some overlap. And to this day, I still have no idea if that's on purpose. I don't know if John Romero or John Carmack or Sandy Peterson were into 40k when they were making the original Doom game.
To me, it just seemed like it was Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
mixed with aliens,
Mm-hmm.
mixed with a dash of the Evil Dead.
Yeah. So it's hard to say, but some of the stuff I look at and I'm just like, this. I don't know. This is. I guess I need to get off my nerd high horse and be like, this isn't Doom aesthetic. This is Warhammer aesthetic.
Yeah, and to be
The
honest,
rest of the world's like those don't mean anything to me.
to be honest, I thought you were gonna say Halo.
I haven't had super Halo vibes yet. I feel like
I was getting it a bit with like when the makers were introduced.
yeah,
Their cross ship thing.
Yeah.
Creed maker. It's like basically Jabba the Hutt.
yeah.
Was,
What do you think about
make-
him? Do you think he's gonna get killed by the end of the game?
probably. It's like they try to have moments of levity with him, and it just like
Yeah.
falls flat. It's like, oh, that was supposed to be a joke.
Okay, these cutscenes. I guess we.
Oh, do you want to know how petty I've been?
Sure.
Here, I was going to send a picture of this and ask you and Greg to guess what I was doing. Look at this. What do you think that is?
Oh no! He's recording how much of each level has a cutscene.
Like how much time?
How much?
It's not terrible so far. Like the most egregious one so far has been level 1, like 8 minutes of cutscenes.
Yeah.
For like no, it is level 3 because that's like a 12-minute level and 4 minutes of that are cutscene.
Are you counting like tutorial cutscenes?
I'm kind of counting the ones that are like expository,
Okay.
like to show you where you need to go and stuff like that
Mhm.
whenever you pick up stuff too.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm being petty.
Okay.
Because any time you're not in control of the Doom guy is time away from you ripping demons' heads off or shooting them off.
Or kicking them in this game.
Yeah, kicking them or throwing stuff at them with your shield, mostly.
Yeah, as you can imagine. I mean, the story hasn't really kicked off yet. I mean, like I said, I've beaten the 5th level, and still, the entire plot of the game has just been the Creed maker sending you to a planet to fight people. But like I said, I think the story is going to kick into gear. Maybe there isn't a story. I don't know. But come on, man. When I'm playing a Doom game, I don't want to see a cutscene of the freaking weird-looking maker drones like, oh, quickly, we need to quantify the maximum output load of the ray gun shield because it needs to overpass the circumvental. Like, shut up. What is this doing in the game?
Their laser arms make me laugh. I just want to say
Right?
that.
They look like big macaroni noodles.
I forgot they had those.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I played Doom. or Doom Eternal, I mean.
Yeah, it's just like,
It'd slap you with them.
yeah. There hasn't been a moment where I'm completely 100% offended by the cutscene or some lore thing, but I imagine it's coming. The fact that King Novik, as soon as King Novik showed up, actually, I just rolled my eyes. I was like, you just gotta bring everything in, don't you? Like,
He did the earpiece thing.
yeah, but he's shirtless. He's the only one that isn't wearing a shirt. Like, it's so stupid. It's just funny that, you know, when Doom 2016 came out, they were so, like, up in your face about, yeah, this game doesn't have a story because stories are gay.
I thought I hallucinated that. Like, I thought that was a point of praise that everybody had, but no, it seems that, like, the lore and the story's important now.
Yeah.
Like, to people.
This is all about those freaking YouTubers making Doom lore videos for people who don't play the games that just, like, are curious about the lore. That's who did this to us.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get this is the third game in the series, so they gotta spice it up, you know, maybe. You probably could make a cool Doom game with a cool storyline, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, I do want to add, like, a caveat to that. Something that I kind of like, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man. So the codex entries are now, like, off the beaten path. Like, they're secrets now.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to find them, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, there's a secret on this map. I hope it's a weapon skin. And then you get to it, it's like, oh, it's a friggin' codex entry.
I have enjoyed the codex entries about the monsters.
Well, yeah, those you get automatically.
But I was gonna say, I think you get those
same
automatically.
with the weapons, too.
Yeah.
And
I think the ones that you unlock are mostly ones about the maps. I don't think I've unlocked any that are about, like, characters.
yeah, that's weird.
But
I haven't actually really thought about that. Yeah, like, I like the
like,
ones
I need
about
to
the
know what
weapons.
the Creed maker eats on a daily date. Like, what's his diet? Is it like empanadas or something? What do you think it is?
It's a freaking line from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I thought you people subsisted on water. How'd you get so fat? Hello, I'm Super Kami Guru. And I forget how the rest of that went.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging you based on your personality. Or on your appearance.
Is that an albino? Kill him like the rest.
Yeah, an albino Namekian. Kill it like the rest.
That's a great show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about.
We haven't talked about the... Did we talk about the weapons?
Not really.
Yeah. Like, it's basically kind of like... A lot of them are similar to ones from Doom Eternal, Doom 2016. They've gotten a different name. Maybe they function a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Like, I guess the replacement for the heavy assault rifle or the heavy cannon is the Shredder, which is basically a nail gun mixed with the Needler when you upgrade it.
Yeah.
Don't tell them, but don't tell it that they made a Quake game. They'll get mad at you for that.
The guns now come in 2 flavors, where each spot on the weapon wheel holds 2 guns now. I don't know if you've gotten to this part.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, so you push...
Like as an input.
Yeah. So, at least on the control, you push X, and it swaps between the 2 different types of nail guns. As opposed to having different weapon attachments that you swap out, like you do in Doom Eternal, you just have different weapons.
Yeah, so you don't have mods anymore. That's the big thing. Now, some of the upgrades you can do, like basically work as replacements for the mods. They're just always in effect or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's not... Because of the shield, you can't activate, like, the mod anymore. Which I probably could have found a way to do it, but it would have just probably felt really awkward.
Yeah, I think the way they have it is fine, and it's fun during combat that you can... It works for me. I'll say that. The spike gun or nail gun, I was just called the nail guns, they have weapon drop, which surprised me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you try to shoot from a far distance, then the bolt will drop. So, there are a few sections where you can do some cheeky sniping, where like you're supposed to jump down and shoot them, but you can just stay up there and shoot people. So I noticed that was kind of fun. The plasma gun shoots way faster now. It's like, I think it's called the repeater now.
No, it's got a really funky name. It's
Accelerator?
Like Accelerator.
Accelerator,
Yeah. It's really like chubby looking, like stubby.
But it's so far they've been cool. They've all been fun to use. From what I understand, some modders have found a gun that's hidden in the files that you don't unlock.
Is it the pistol?
No, it's not the pistol. I think it's supposed to be like the ballista. That's what it looked like in the one picture I saw.
Oh, that's really surprising. Because I thought the ballista was supposed to be a Night Sentinel weapon.
Yeah.
From, like, at least that's what Doom Eternal said. Huh.
That gun had a really cool Hellforged skin in Doom Eternal. And that's the only one that I ever used. A lot of the other guns in Doom Eternal I would kind of swap between skins because it was kind of fun, but not with the ballista. I like that Hellforged one way too much.
Yeah, you, me, and Greg were talking about this. Like, I only used the ballista to, like, kill the Marauders. Like, I barely used it otherwise because I used too many damn cells.
I used it all the time, and the secondary attack on it... I think I'm thinking of the secondary... Yeah, the secondary attack that's not like the Doom Wave, the one that's just like the big bolt. That one is, like, really effective against Pain Elementals, so I'd always use that against them.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm excited to see what else this game has in store for it. Like I said, like, this isn't, like... The hype isn't as high with this one. I imagine because this one is so different that if this game is successful enough, which it probably is, when they make the sequel, it will be a very polished version of this game, and I hate to be that guy that hasn't beaten the game and it's like, I can't wait for the sequel, but...
Well, you'll have DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, to tide you over, right?
It'll be interesting to see if the series continues after this and what directions it goes in.
Yeah. That will be weird, because, like, the question that I have, and this is, I guess, sort of a story question, is just how far, like, between the end of this game or, like, the DLC, whatever they end up doing with that, between that and how far is between the end of this game and its DLC and, like, Doom 2016?
Yeah, because, I mean, if they really wanted to, they could, like... You could make an entire trilogy of games that take place within this time period, but... I don't know if that'd be milking the cow too much.
Yeah. To be honest, I do want to see them try to do a game that's more like classic Doom and not have something weird and gimmicky.
Yeah.
Because, to be honest, like, the shield's cool for, like, the bashing and the throwing stuff. I don't like the fact that your durability is, like, entirely dependent upon it. Like, you have to have it up. Because that's not what tanks do. The whole, you're a tank in this game.
Yeah.
It's like, tanks have frontal armor, but you don't activate front armor on a tank. It's a tank. But it is, like, I don't know. For what it is so far, I would say that I'm enjoying it. Still not, like, I don't know if it hasn't hit me yet, or if it's still that just adjustment, or what. I just haven't been playing it as much.
Yeah. Like I said, I hate to keep comparing this to Doom Eternal, but when we did our initial reactions for Doom Eternal, we were both broken as individuals because those first levels are such a grind. But we were also like, oh, this is it. This is Doom. And with this one, we're kind of like, yeah, well, this is a game. It's not a bad game. So we'll see where that is. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Yeah. One, I don't know if this is, like, could be considered an element of controversy or not. We'll find out. But so I got the special edition, or like the collector's edition on PC. Part of, like, I guess that and, like, the digital, like, deluxe is that you got early access to the game, like 24 hours in advance. They did it in a really weird way where it was like, I think for the Eastern time zone, it was supposed to be at like 8 o'clock at night on like the Monday before the game came out. It didn't unlock in time. It didn't unlock until like 10 p.m. Which
Oh, here's a funny story. I bought a new computer so I could play this game. Not just so I could play this game. I had some other reasons to buy it too. But I was like, I bought this PC. 2-day shipping was what they advertised it.
Okay.
They said 2 days? Nah, 2 weeks. Which I should have known because it was free 2-day shipping. And that, I'm so sick and tired of all these places saying they have 2-day shipping and then it always takes more than 2 days. So I literally got my laptop like 2 hours before the game unlocked. And I hadn't pre-ordered the game yet because I was afraid of this happening. So I pre-ordered the special edition on Steam so I could play it in like 2 hours.
You need to have them create a special like Doomslayer skin that just says, I pre-ordered Doom the Dark Ages and all I got was this lousy skin like across like the chest plate.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's really all you got out of that. Like, you got the special... Or, wait a minute. Did you get the deluxe edition? Or
I got the deluxe one.
Okay, so you'll get the DLC, right?
Yeah, the DLC, that was the thing. A lot of people have been complaining about the price of the deluxe edition because it is pretty expensive for a video game, but... I don't know, if you do the math, I mean, the DLCs are going to be like $20 each. Probably $25, you know? When you...
It makes more sense than, like, the base game, which is, like, what, $70 or
yeah,
is it
so
80?
the base game is $70. And if you're going to buy, you know, a DLC for $30, well, then you're going to spend that much anyways, and I'd rather just buy it all right now.
Yeah.
Right after I bought a new PC.
I forget how much the collector's edition was.
Well, what did you get with the collector's edition? Did you get, like, a little statue?
Yep, we got this, it's about...
Is it in here?
Yeah, it's in that box still.
Oh, I didn't even notice that box.
Yeah, maybe I'll talk about that more when we do the actual review.
Yeah.
Just like initial like things to say about it. So I got the PC edition, yet it still comes with the steelbook, and all that's in it is like a red key card replica.
Oh, that's funny.
It's really lame. You get a copy of the game, or what you think is a physical copy, and then you open it up and you see it's just a little cardboard disc with the code on it for Steam.
Think about how evil that is. These corporations are like, oh no, guys, people are starting to invest in physical media. We can't allow them to do that. Let's make physical media digital media now. Oh,
yeah, we
did it. We saved our IP, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying, what happens in like 30 years when, like, I don't know, some really crazy politician just comes out and goes, all your Steam games are dead now. And then we just lose all of our Steam games. What's gonna happen? Like, we're not gonna riot because gamers are too lazy to do that.
I don't know.
I think we talked about this actually. The Xbox and PlayStation versions, they come with discs as well, but it's still like a digital download disc, right?
Yeah, that's another controversy with this game. It's what's called like a card key, where the game's not actually on the disc. It like you put it in and it downloads it off of the store. So it's technically a digital copy, but you have a disc. I don't know how it works. But yeah, like I was telling you, it's like I think that's one of the controversies with the Switch 2 as well, that they're switching to that.
Maybe they'll do a limited run where they'll fix it or something. We'll have to wait and see.
Who knows? Denuvo's back too, which is really stupid. I thought they'd learned their lesson with Eternal. Like a lot of people complained about that. Hopefully a lot of people are complaining now.
Yeah.
Like it's a single player game. Why do you need anti-cheat? The hell? And I thought it would be because there are like microtransactions or something like that.
But so far there hasn't been any microtransactions.
It's like there's... I don't know why they would want people to not like... Well, I assume they wouldn't want people to hack into their game, but like there's really no benefit to it.
Yeah.
At the moment, other than just like, I guess... seeing fun things like there's a ballista in the game that isn't actually you're not able to use. I don't know. If you ever want to laugh, read through the end user license agreement for this game.
How about that? I didn't know about
I actually read through it for once. It's like, I have time.
This no wonder you haven't beaten the game yet.
It didn't take... it took a while, but like it wasn't out by that point.
Yeah.
That was when I was downloading it, like to preload it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I installed it on Monday night, and then I woke up before work at like 5 in the morning and played through the first few levels.
All right.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's really all I got to say.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about it, but we'll see where it is.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm hoping that we'll get our actual review out by like in a month or so.
Yeah. It's going to be a little difficult because May and June are like the months I don't play video games. And now I have to play video games.
Yeah.
Like, this game came out in like October or February or January, this game would be, I'd probably be a lot farther down it, but that's all right.
Yeah. Hopefully there are no like game-breaking issues yet.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, maybe they should have waited a bit longer.
You haven't had any glitches, right?
Right.
Yep, neither have I.
Nah, just some performance issues, but I think that was just settings related.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll call that good. I think we've said everything we have to say now.
Yep. If you played the game, let us know what you think. If you haven't, maybe tell us why you're skipping this one, or...
Yeah. Don't put anything like super spoiler related in the comments, because I don't want it... I'm trying to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
So...
And I assume there's not really much, but like...
Yeah.
At the same time, it's just mostly like...
If the game ends and it's like a giant Quake 6 teaser, don't tell me. Let me figure that out on my own.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yep. Thanks for listening, if you made it this far.
Bye.